What's going on, man? We back with another video. Check this out, right? Kind of a random topic, but not really. Y'all already know by the title of this video. We're gonna go a little bit into Michael Jackson and Aaron Carter's relationship, right? So this started just from me seeing this clip. Saw this clip a couple of weeks ago. I think it was from an older episode with Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, right? And Candace talks about how, she believes Michael Jackson was completely innocent of, the accusations of him messing with the little ones, right? We're going to go into some interviews with Aaron Carter that he did on Vlad TV, which unfortunately I may have to cover up because of copyright, but still. So if y'all remember anything about Aaron Carter and Michael Jackson, Aaron Carter had a very early relationship with Michael, right? Now, his story switched up a few times on how he felt about Michael Jackson, and he explains that he was sometimes pushed to feed the narrative that Michael did mess with the little ones, and that even his mom at one point, was trying to manipulate him to say that. So it's kind of a story where you don't really know, what to believe. You kind of just have to go with your gut, because we know Hollywood will paint a picture and completely ruin, who you are as a person, i.e. Chris Brown. I know for a fact, we did the video as well. Jay-Z and them, even back when that happened with him and Rihanna, they completely ruined who Chris Brown was. It didn't happen the way that it happened. Y'all remember we had the clip, and it was more about Rihanna giving Chris Brown something, STD wise, and then all of that other stuff took place. I believe a lot of that shit was makeup. It did not happen the way that they said, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So what I'm trying to say is that they control the narrative. They can easily paint you as something that you're not, right? Before I read y'all some of the claims that Aaron Carter said at first, like in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, you got to check out these two clips so you can see where this is coming from, all right? This was real interesting for a Sunday video. Check this out, y'all.
It's possible that Michael Jackson was not a child molester?
I am now convinced, after looking at the case, that he was not, and that he was at a war with Sony. And I did a whole episode on it. I was shocked because I grew up loving Michael Jackson, and then I was absolutely repulsed by Michael Jackson. Like, he meant so much in my childhood. And then I was repulsed by Michael Jackson. And then I decided to re-examine what happened. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I literally could not believe.
Like Harvey
he was
Weinstein.
winning. He was going to win the Beatles catalog. It was his. He was fighting Sony and winning. And then just like that, scandal, broke, dead. Even the way he died is weird, but it was a lot. When you go back and look at that case, you realize the media tells you so much, but they tell you absolutely nothing.
They kind of fit your preconceptions of what a bad guy like that would be.
See, I like the way she worded that. She said the media tells you so much, but at the same time, they tell you absolutely nothing. Now, check out this next clip. I thought was very, very interesting. And this is from Aaron Carter. Check this out, y'all.
Remember that one boy?
Now listen to this. I have to tell you this.
Okay.
So after I left the party, and the next day I smoked weed with Michael, and then I get in the limousine and I leave. I get back to the Sheraton Hotel at Universal over here. There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me in the hotel room. And my mom's there and she's like, tell them what happened. And I'm like, what do you mean tell them what happened? And I sit down with them and they all ask these super sexually exploiting, questions, back-sided questions. And I knew that at my age already. And I looked at all 4 of them and I said, are y'all crazy? I said, what you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money? That's what I told him. I was like, and I looked over at my mom and I was like, are you serious, Mom? I was like, what is going on here? Why are you letting this happen? And she goes, well, I think something happened, I think something. I'm like, really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving, everything you could think of. We rode 4-wheelers for 5 hours, me, him, and Chris Tucker in the mountains at nighttime after his birthday party. Him and I hung out and talked pretty much all night. Got a couple hours of sleep. I wake up. He's not even in the room. He pulled out a cot for me in his room because I asked him, I was like, I want to hang out with you. I want to be around. It was Michael.
Yeah.
I want to hang out with him. I wanted to hang out with Michael. He pulled out a little cot or something. I laid on the cot. I wake up in the morning. His bed's made. There's a Queenie lady that wakes me up. I keep asking, where's Michael? I go over. He's got this huge statue figurine that Michael Jordan sent him for his birthday because he collected that stuff. Went and smoked some with him, get in the car, and then all this shit happened when I got back to LA, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was like, and I looked at my mom. I go, are you really trying to go at Michael and use me for a money grab? I was like, nothing. And I looked at him right now. I said, nothing happened. I said, Michael was flirting with girls right in front of me. Actually.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because he was very charming.
I bet. It's Michael Jackson.
he made girls just light up, blush, and and like, I saw him looking at girls' booty. I said, I saw you looking at her booty. He was like, I was like, and so I hear these stories of like Wade Robson, and then I'm like thinking to myself, wait, hold up. I know Wade Robson. Wade Robson pretended to be the voice on my album, Aaron's Party, for my brother. Because my brother didn't do it, so Wade Robson did it. It was like a little spoof thing, an interlude in my second album, Aaron's Party. And Wade Robson did the voice of like pretending to be my brother or some shit. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Wade leaving Neverland? What is this? Like, what do you mean leaving Neverland? Like, I left Neverland. Everything was cool, homie. Like, what's your problem? Did you dream this up? Did your parents tell you to do this?
Yeah, I mean, they try to sue for like $100 million, and ultimately it was dropped. They got nothing out of it, as they should.
Nothing.
As they
That
should.
dude didn't do shit like that.
That clip, I never heard that clip. And I did a video about Aaron Carter when he died back in 22. But obviously didn't get into this stuff, right? So Corey Feldman said, however, I do take issue with the fact that this whole thing is one-sided with no chance of defense from a dead man, and no evidence other than the word of two men who as adults defended him in court. But as we will never really know, I only have memories, and thank God for me, my memories of MJ were mostly fond, aside from one and only fight. He incorrectly feared I would turn on him and make up lies. I never did. I never would. I pray. Can't see the rest of that. But basically, somebody said Corey Feldman said the same thing. So glad they defended the truth. Are we even sure Aaron Carter died and wasn't killed after doing this interview? Because that's why I said that in the beginning. Because Aaron Carter literally just told y'all they even had his mom try to manipulate him into telling, yo, MJ was doing this to me. MJ was doing that to me. Now we can turn around and actually sue him for some money. You know what I'm saying? And they also said they tried to get Macaulay Culkin to do the same thing, and he also wouldn't do it. Somebody said, I never believed Michael did anything to those kids. Somebody said, I think Michael was protecting some of those boys. He exposed the truth about the underworld and they wanted him silenced. I mean, we already know. We've talked about a lot with Michael and Sony. We completely know what was going on. I mean, he owned what? He damn near owned Sony. Like more than half or something like that. Huge deal. Huge deal. I think recently they just sold like a very big stake. It was close to like $1 billion or something like that. But we know Michael Jackson pretty much owned Sony in a sense, right? We know why they got him out of here. We know why they tried to, you know, make him look like he was messing with the little ones. What other way, you know, can you ruin a man's reputation who's quite possibly, I can't even say quite possibly, the most famous artist to ever touch this earth? You know, to this day, I mean, it's 2025 and we can still talk about Michael and it will still, gather engagement with no problem. It damn near doesn't even matter who's talking about him. So what better way to ruin a guy's reputation like that? And then it didn't even work. It didn't even work. And this is why I wanted to bring this up, because even on this little AI overview, right? Where is it? It says in a 2005 trial, police detectives interviewed Aaron Carter about his time at Neverland. Carter stated that Jackson had never touched him inappropriately. It goes on to say FBI agents interviewed Carter and his mother separately about his visits with Jackson. According to Carter, he felt his mother encouraged him to falsely accuse Jackson to make a money grab. That's exactly what he just said. And you can tell it may have worked at one point, or either, I don't know. Maybe after Michael died, maybe he was scared. Because it says in 2011, with Australia's OK magazine, Aaron Carter claimed that Jackson gave him alcohol and cocaine when he was 15. He said, "I admired Michael, but his behavior bothered me a lot." He also said in a memoir in 2022, this would have been after he died, that Aaron Carter recalled an encounter from 2003 when he was 15. He said he woke up on a cot next to Jackson's bed to find Jackson at the foot of his bed in his tighty-whitey underwear. Aaron Carter wrote that he yelled at Jackson, who mumbled okay and returned to his bed. That's a lie. That's a complete lie. Complete lie. So this is something that obviously they changed to try and change the narrative, that after Aaron Carter died, which he has no room to come back and say, yo, I never said that. He clearly told y'all he gave him a cot, and that next morning, Michael Jackson wasn't even in the room. But in a memoir that they put out, called Aaron Carter, An Incomplete Story of an Incomplete Life, they're trying to say that he was in his tighty whities. Get the hell out of here. So this right here lets you know that they were lying. And in 2011, when he said he tried to give him alcohol and cocaine, that was basically right after Michael died. He was probably pressured to say that as well. But he told you the truth that, it never happened. I thought that was crazy, y'all. And check this out real quick, because Aaron Carter was also owed money by Sony. And man, they were just playing devilish games, y'all.
Well, after you get out of rehab, the next year, that's when you drop the Love album?
They actually, Sony and Steve Zapp, they did it in such a very weird way. They decided to release my album when I was in rehab, man.
In rehab. But what's the point, since you can't promote it, obviously, in
Correct.
rehab?
Yeah, the point is look how bad Aaron's doing. Go pay attention to him. Let's clickbait Aaron some more.
Ah, okay.
And Sony owes me money.
That was the marketing.
Sony owes me money.
Rehab.
That's why everyone keeps trying to attack me and destroy all my money-making things and my shows and my concerts, because I'm calling out on all the people that owe me money.
Well, yeah, I mean, that album, sooner or later, like I said, does
Where's my money?
90
Sony
million.
Records, pay me my money.
And that was your first album in how many years?
Michael Jackson, man, told me never to sign with Sony Records, and now I know why he did.
Michael Jackson told you never to sign with Sony, because he had a bunch of problems with Sony.
He went on stage and flicked them off and said F you to him. There was just news.
Had you been to Neverland?
Yeah, I smashed his birthday cake in his face.
Okay. When you hear about the allegations, did you see Leaving Neverland?
Did I see Leaving Neverland? I think I watched a little bit of it. Isn't that the thing that, what's his face did? Wade?
Yeah. Did you know Wade?
Yeah, Wade was the guy who pretended to be my brother on the Aaron's Party interlude albums. Because Nick wouldn't show up. So Wade Robson came and did it instead and pretended to be Nick.
Okay, so when you hear that
There's all
Wade
these
did
little
a
skits in Aaron's Party, it's Wade Robson.
when you hear that Wade Robson claimed that Michael Jackson was molesting him and now he's suing the Jackson estate and so forth, well, what's your take on that?
Who's suing?
Wade.
He's suing the estate.
Yes. Him and the other guy are both suing.
Why can't y'all go out and make your own money? Get a job at freaking Starbucks or something, man. Come on. I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, sorry to use the Lord's name in vain, but like, yo, man. Why you gotta go after him? He's got kids. He's got an executor of the estate that runs it great raffle. Like, I don't understand.
Now, I think this was very deep, y'all. This was a very we know Michael Jackson's story, you know, everything that surrounds his death. You know, this wasn't a video where I wanted to get into all that because we already know. But more to just paint the picture of how they really they could put out anything, y'all. They could put out anything and turn you into anybody. They can turn you into anyone they want you to be. And there will still be people out there, which is the sad part about it. There will still be people out there who will feel that he was a you-know-what toward the little ones. Everyone in this comment section, Corey Feldman and Macaulay Culkin, said the same thing. Michael never touched them. I never believed he would do anything like that. He loved children. He had his own children. And Aaron Carter is now gone. Aaron Carter is now gone, y'all. And let me see. What did they say? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course. They say Aaron Carter cause of death was a drowning. Of course. Just like we recently had with Theo Huxtable. Just like that. You know, so many deaths that we get. You know, of course, Aaron Carter drowned. You know, accidental drowning after inhaling, I don't even know how you say that, difluorothane and taking Xanax. Of course. And I think those where he was really talking about that stuff, that was about 5 years ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago, where he was really going in on the topic. That's crazy, man. It's crazy how he will come and collect. He dealt with Sony. Life gone. This right here tell you even more. That you know, that silence, that oath that Aaron Carter took himself. And eventually the devil came and collected, man. The devil came and collected, y'all. Crazy story, man. It's so deep all the way back, you know, all the way back to the 90s, early 2000s with this whole Michael Jackson thing. I just wanted to get on here and talk about this real quick. It was a video I've been wanting to do for like a week or two now. So y'all already know what's going on, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one. Hope y'all enjoyed this, man. Hope y'all had a good weekend this Sunday. Y'all already know what's going on. We'll be back with another video tomorrow, man. With that being said, y'all, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.